Hello and welcome to the latest episode of the Low Budget Review Show. I am your host, Eric Smith. Today I am talking about A Trick-or-Treater Christmas by Briana Morgan. I love that cover. Look at that creepy trick-or-treater. This is just a tiny little slip of a book that is a sequel-ish of sorts to The Trick-or-Treater and Other Stories. Just a sequel to the one story, The Trick-or-Treater. That I didn't even know about this until someone, and unfortunately I apologize, I don't remember who it was, asked me if I had read this. And so I picked it up and saved it for Christmas time. So in this book, we have a man. All right, I'm gonna have to look. Let's see what his name is. Luke. So we have this guy, Luke, who lives in Atlanta with his 17-year-old daughter. He's been laid off, hasn't found another job, and one evening at dinner, his daughter says that she wants to move in with her mother and her mother's new beau. And Luke is, he wants to support his daughter. He says she's 17, it's her decision, but he really doesn't want to lose her. Feels like that she'll just be gone from his life. And so he tries to discuss it with her, and she wants to go. She doesn't want to talk about it. He contacts a friend who's into some maybe not so natural things, and he learns about the trick-or-treater, this creature that will grant your wish after you play a game. And then things, as they say, go awry. So that's all I'm going to tell you. I liked it. I have forgotten to go on Goodreads and rate it. I'm almost done with the next book I'm reading, and I haven't even put that on Goodreads yet. But I'm going to give it 4 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. I read it in one day, which essentially it should be one sitting, but I had to work. So I read a little at lunch, then I finished it when I got home. But anyway, I like Briana Morgan's writing. I like the Trick-or-Treater. I mean, look at that beast. It's a very interesting character, and I would be interested in reading more stories with the Trick-or-Treater. I don't remember the specifics of the first story that takes place on Halloween. I don't remember the specifics of the game that is underway for this wish to come true, but I like what goes on in this one. And in such a tiny book, Briana Morgan is able to build the character of Luke. He's not, he could just be this stereotypical, unemployed loser. And, we might be on the daughter's side, but he's not. She writes him as a fully fleshed out character who might be down on his luck, but he loves his daughter. He is supportive. He's trying to find where he's not, he's not wallowing in his unemployment. He seems like a decent person who's just down on his luck. But I mean, he does something horribly desperate. But the way it's written, it's understandable. The one constant he kind of has in his life is his daughter, and he thinks he's going to lose her completely. And it's written in a way that I think we buy it. And then when we get to the Trick-or-Treater, when we get to the horror of it all, Briana Morgan is able to build the suspense. And I mean, I can't say too much, as usual, with such a tiny book. I mean, let's look. 31 pages. That's it. But 31 pages well worth reading. You're going to get interesting characters, including the monster. The monster is a very interesting character. I want more of the trick-or-treater. And yeah, I'm not sure what else to say. It's well written. It's frightening. It's got a really cool creature. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. A Trick-or-Treater Christmas. Briana Morgan, another one that I saved for the holiday season. It could be one of those. Maybe I'll read it It's such a quick read. Maybe I'll just read it every Christmas. Could become my traditional Christmas story. All right, so I mean that's quick. I feel like I'm just repeating myself to try to convince you to check it out. I don't know, but I liked it. 4 out of 5. So, my question for this video is, do you have a favorite Deal with the Devil story? Obviously, inspired by A Trick-or-Treater Christmas. So yeah, whether it's a traditional Faustian bargain, or, someone selling their soul, or if it's just someone conjuring something in the hopes of gaining something, do you have a favorite story in that vein? I actually don't have an answer for you because I just thought of the question, as I do, because I don't plan ahead when I do these things. So, yeah, off the top of my head, I do not... Oh, you know what? I do. I absolutely do. The Cleanup by John Skipp and Craig Spector. Absolutely. Anything else I might think of, I don't think is going to top The Cleanup. The first novel I read by Skipp and Spector, their second or third novel, depending on how you count them. If you count the Fright Night novelization as their first, then The Cleanup would be their third. Absolutely love that book. I've talked about it in my reading remembrances because it's been on that list a number of times. For those of you who don't watch those or may not remember, there's a musician, I almost said magician, this down on his luck musician in New York. One night he's out on his the fire escape. I believe he's playing his guitar and he sees a woman being attacked, and he's unable to do anything. He's unable to save her, and he basically kind of is wishing that he could make the world a better place. And this angel appears to him and offers him basically godlike powers to change the world. But of course, it's not gonna go right. Things aren't gonna work out. It's a John Skipp and Craig Spector novel. And it's fantastic. I absolutely love it. So, yeah, there you go. I mean, no equivocation at this point. The Cleanup by John Skipp and Craig Spector, my absolute favorite sort of deal with the devil kind of story. What is yours? Let me know in the comments below. If you have any comments, questions, or corrections, please put those in the comments below. Comments are open for spoilers. Just post a spoiler warning. We try to be polite here at the Low Budget Review Show. Please like, share, and subscribe. All the usual YouTube stuff. If you care to follow me on other social media, my Twitter is @Ronan5757. My Instagram, where I post pictures of books, comic books, board games, and fuzzy animals, is EricSmith5757. That's Eric with a K, ERIKSMITH 5757. That's all I have for you. This has been the Low Budget Review Show. I have been Eric Smith, and until next time, read more books.